I'm doing cleaning and structure 90% of the day. I'm doing a lot of foundation building, structuring, planning, cleaning, organizing. That's most of my day to day. You know, some people they stop because it's Labor Day, but I want to go back to work this week and be fully prepared. You know, I want to go back to work tonight with the work I might do tonight, and I want to be fully prepared. I don't want nothing in my way. Nothing. No energy in my way. So I'm spending at least 50% of my day just doing nothing but um, organizing, cleaning, structuring, bagging, packing things up, just really just trying to get a lot out for the new, garbage week. You know, when the garbage people come next week. So I'm just that's it. People don't realize that creation is also cleaning. I know people like to separate it, but um, preparation and organizing is like extremely abundant. I can't begin to tell y'all how it seemed like it was like real effortless to manifest in my younger years when it was like real easy to stay organized. I think I manifested so much when I was 21, living in an attic apartment, an attic, and having just a little chest of clothes, two, three books to read, and a couple channels on TV, and a journal. And it was like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, my manifesting powers were super strong. And it wasn't about being a minimalist. It was about that everything I had in here never was neglected. See, everything I had in that little attic apartment was my favorite of the favorites. And it was always where it should be. Nothing was ever out of place. You know, the funny thing, the problem with growing up in a place where there's not much money, it start to affect your the way you see holding on to things. When you get older, you're like I'm not sure if I should let this go. It's harder to let things go, and I don't like that. That's why I think that purging sometimes has to be a two-man job, so some people can keep it real with you about like what you ain't throwing away that you know you need to throw away. We could tell ourselves all kind of lies to keep from throwing something away. I know a lot of people say, I'm not gonna do nothing Labor Day. I'm not gonna do nothing. Napoleon Hill talk about successful people. They're not about taking a day off. They might do less, but they ain't taking no day off. I don't think anyone should have a day off of cleaning unless they like straight up disabled. I think purging is supposed to be. I think every day should be 1 hour put in for purging because it's just things is always leaving our life energetically before they leave physically, and we just don't always sense it. You know, the things we once loved in our home and stuff, it be leaving energetically. And then one day we be like, oh, I'm so blocked. Well, meanwhile, it's not your block. It's just things in your space is obsolete, and you just can't sense it. You can't sense it until some people don't want to even deal with trying to figure out what has to go. Some people just box up everything. I think that's what Thomas the one popular YouTuber, that's what he did. He leaves nothing out but his YouTube stuff. Like everything is literally in containers. His whole life is in containers. But he said he found that when stuff was out, like when he wasn't using it, it became an obstacle. It became interference. So he just decides to just go in the box and get the stuff. This is like crazy about how that works. And then at some point when you're purging, you reach a crossroads where it's like, okay, some of this stuff got to go somewhere, and I just don't know where. When you get the purge in your life, you start to see just how busy your life has been. You be like, dang, I really was this busy? I really got this caught up in stuff? Like, seriously? Wow. I'm so through. It's not even funny how through I am. I ain't never known somebody can be so through with the Matrix. I'm so through, y'all. I'm done. I quit. I knew I quit mentally, but now I quit physically now, and it's like it's over. I just want to spend my last half of my life like most of my day I can just create and do what I want to do. I ain't got to worry about so much work. Oh, this is wild. Feel free to enjoy the purging sounds because it's going to go on a while. Y'all going to hear purging for a minute in here. Okay. I'm not going to hardcore purge everything. Some things are going to be left to be purged another day. That stuff can actually stay in that book bag. I don't even know why I took that out. So, I want to get into the video title where I'm talking about how to optimize your creative space for manifestation. Okay? Number one, what do you see when you first walk in? That's going to be the most influence on your subconsciousness. So consider what is aimed right at your eyes when you first come in the room. The second thing is making sure that your favorites are easy accessible. Okay? So when you get that urge to use your favorite stuff, you should be able to get right to it like immediately. Number 3, something from your childhood that has always brought you joy. It could be your favorite movie from your childhood, or it could be your favorite game. Okay? And what you're doing is you're charging the room energy up with joyful energy without you having to do anything, because your memories attached to that thing is happy. So the memory is vibrating in that room in a positive vibration. So I have a movie that one of my most favorite movies. I almost know every single line, every single phrase in the movie. It's one of my favorite movies from my childhood, and I always keep it sitting right on the VCR. And sometimes when I'm like working on the energy and vibration in the room, I will just play that movie, and I'll just see how many phrases I remember from the movie, and I'll just like vibe with the movie while I'm cleaning. Hi everybody. I have decided that when I do YouTube now, that I still need to be serving myself. What I found out about being an entrepreneur, it can sometimes feel like slave slave labor, like slave mentality. Because there's still parts of your life that needs to be dealt with. But you're doing entrepreneurship. You know, like the one guy was saying, don't nobody know the long hours we put in, the long meditation to be able to get the downloads and stuff, you know, just the inner work we're doing just to get the downloads. But when we're doing that for entrepreneurship, there's other work in our life that's not getting done. So sometimes I gotta be in the energy where I'm serving myself while serving other people. I can't just be like serving other people all the time. Okay, now I'm starting to feel like this room is going somewhere. Now that I got different pals to deal with. So let's deal with the pal 1 this near my desk. Because that needs to be cleared immediately. So when you're optimizing your room, creating space, the desk space needs to be the first space. Because that's where you're going to be at a lot. So, yeah. I'll just put that one here for now. This can be in here. Now another thing I found out is that your creative space needs to have the highest percentage of what you want to manifest. So you have to measure the quantity of each thing that's in your room. You can't just say, well, I got these paints and these pens, but yet you know you want to manifest more using pens, but yet you got more paints than pens. That's not going to work. This is why writers, they often they will only have a typewriter in their room, and they'll normally have their books in a bookshelf, a closed bookshelf, and the bookshelf is like nowhere, it's not directly near where they're writing, because the books may be different kind of books, different subjects, and then it might interfere with their writing flow. So they will often have only near their desk the books related to writing. All the rest of the books is like in a corner in another room or something. Hi, everybody. Yeah. Well, I know you have nothing on your desk, but do you know that putting stuff on your desk can be actually very abundant? I know we think a spacious desk is always better. But I have a whole course for that, because your desk can literally be the same as a the same as a beauty shop desk. You know, when you go to the beauty shop, they got combs and stuff and hairspray and things like that. So you can set your desk up to be abundant with the energy of what you're manifesting. It doesn't have to be spacious. Spacious does not guarantee. A spacious desk does not guarantee. Sometimes you are lacking in the energy that needs to be brought to the desk. Your desk is like a Zen school. Okay? What you bring to your desk is what you get at your desk. But still, what's at the desk still has to empower what you're bringing to your desk. So so let's say that you're a poet, right? And let's say you haven't wrote poetry in a few weeks. Your spacious desk is really not going to work that much for you. Okay? You need some nudges of your poetism. You need a nudge. Your subconscious is to become aware of it again. So what you can put on your desk is lavender, like just sprinkle some lavender leaves or an amethyst sitting on your desk. That way, if your poetism energy is a little blocked or you're just not connecting to it, your desk is actually going to nudge at it. Okay? Now, my desk is extremely abundant. Okay, this room has manifested me thousands. Okay, I done wrote, I done wrote about 6 books in this room. I have a book that I just cannot stop writing because of this room, the stuff that's in this room. But I wrote some of my greatest work, some dynamic work in straight flow state on the first try sitting at this desk. And one of the things I realized is that a spacious desk still needs to have natural sunlight. Wherever you're sitting at your desk needs to be charged with sun. A lot of people will sit at their desk and say, I'm in a sunny room, or the sun is on the floor in front of the desk. But where you're actually sitting at your desk has to have long periods of time of sun. When it does that, it means that when you sit at that, you're going to be empowered and motivated, and then you're going to tap into the strong law of attraction energy to manifest. So just having your desk in a sunny room is not enough. It needs to be like the sun can literally beam down on that part of your desk where you're sitting at. Okay. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. I tell people, if you're acting entitled, don't even think that your creative space is going to serve you. When I come in this room, I come in this like I know nothing. I come in this room like I'm letting my angel guides tell me what I need to know. Okay. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome, because it's retrograde in Pisces. It's retrograde in Pisces. So, gratitude is going to be real important. People going to have to work hard with the gratitude, because that Saturn energy is like, don't be wasteful. Don't be wasteful of people's time, money, or nothing, or you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck through spring. Okay? The retrograde is coming through tonight for some of us. So you're going to be tested. Like, are you mindful of your stuff? Are you mindful? The Pisces energy with Saturn is challenges us to have order. To have order to the evidence of our emotional activity. So to get organized and not be messy, not be emotionally messy, not be messy in our creative space, to be able to make it easier to path clear when we go to be creative. So working through your emotions through making the path clear. Hi, everybody. Okay. When you get into the retrograde and Pisces energy, it might be like you're working with too many resources, you're doing too much, you're all over the place. So you're trying to focus on having balance and not thinking that more is more. This is a time period to be like getting into being thrifty and appreciating what you have, seeing the value of what you can do rather than thinking that more is more. People don't realize that cleaning is actually no different than working. People think if they clean their house, that doesn't generate money. It actually does. It makes it easier for the manifestation, the metaphysical version of it, to find you and sense you. And sometimes that's all you do. Sometimes you're just like, oh, I'm not even thirsty to create. Like, I'm not thirsty to dive into some creation. I just want to work on getting the energy balanced. When I manifested 2 channels monetized and triple the income, I had this room so balanced, it was unbelievable. I remember walking in this room and it was like, it felt like I walked into somebody's wedding. It was so refreshing. And I could kind of feel it getting there again. Getting there. But what it was there was absolutely nothing unnecessary in my way in here at the time. Everything was being used. Like I can remember that I was just cycling between everything. Like I'm using that, I'm using this, I'm using that. And I had way less books in here. I'm starting to think that the more books you have, the weaker your abundant energy is. I know people think otherwise, but why would the angels try to give you knowledge and inspiration that you already contain in your space? Why would they? Why would they do that? They wouldn't feel the need to do that. You would be looking more outside yourself, so they would not be so focused on your inner power. So I think if you're going to have a lot of knowledge in your life, in your house, it needs to be like nowhere near your creative space. You have to keep it down to a minimum because that's other people's manifestations. And it doesn't mean because they did it, you're going to do it like them or whatever. So it's almost like you got to intuitively know what knowledge needs to be in the room that is kind of connected to your Akashic records already. Otherwise, otherwise the room gonna still feel heavy, and you're gonna be like, "Why is this room feeling heavy? The energy feel heavy, even though the books is abundant." They're not serving no purpose on your metaphysical space, so they're just heaviness. Hi, everybody. All right, enjoy the sounds, everyone. Enjoy the sounds, y'all. I have had enough. Y'all, I'm starting my Swedish cleaning. I'm spending the entire next 9 months Swedish cleaning, like as if I'm preparing for my funeral. Cause I'm done. This is ridiculous, y'all. This is just ridiculous. When you move into a home that people live in already, you be like, wow, all their stuff is in here. Child. Y'all, I'm to the point where I'm thinking about going cold turkey with having stuff. Like nothing in here. Just nothing but what I put on my desk. In the books I'm currently using. I don't even want to see nothing else. I'm gonna burn this blood orange candle. Sometimes you do gotta go cold turkey with having stuff. You gotta go back to like you a homeless man on the street, like you even got nothing. Just for you to get the blockage to go away. You know, for the block to be all the way gone. I'm trying to light this candle, this blood orange. Last time I lit this blood orange cinnamon candle, that year I manifested 30,000. It was that same candle. As they say, will work before, will work again. I was burning that candle day and night, every single day, when I got two channels monetized. Hi, everybody. I think it's a strong law of attraction candle. Y'all, this is devastating. This is so devastating. It's not even funny. Woo, it's devastating. And I mean that in every way of the word. Nobody should have this much work to do. I'm about to call my daughter up this weekend and tell her, you better get over here and get 2 friends like we did when we first moved in. Get your 2 friends, everybody get paid. I want the whole house purged within 30 days. I'm tired. I don't want to see it no more. I mean, stuff is upside down, all kind of stuff. Woo! This is what happens when you work a 9 to 5 job as a hardcore slave to the 9 to 5 job life. You end up being stuck with so much work, housework. This is just proof. This house is just proof. The upstairs, not the downstairs, the upstairs is literally proof of how hard I was working. Because this is ridiculous. When I was working just part-time back in the day, I ain't never have to deal with something like this. Super exhausting. I feel like that guy from Fight Club. I think I'm going to put on Fight Club. I feel like I want to do what he did. I ain't going to do it though. But I feel like I want to just go, everything upstairs is for sale. If it's mine, besides the laptop and the books I put to the side. And the TV, everything else is for sale. I was that corporate guy from Fight Club. I was him. I had a boss like he had. Corporate for years. You don't really see how corporate jobs is ruining your life until you go to see how much you created your life because of the corporate. And then you start to see how non-spacious your life is, you know. You got this unnecessary furniture. You got these unnecessary dishes like in Fight Club. It's just like ridiculous. It's like, whew, yeah. I was working too much, so I really didn't have the time to do anything. So what I did was read books. Books. All I had was some time left with my child and books. And now, whew, yeah. This makes no sense, man. What was that? I'm only 20%, and I've been at this for about 2 hours. I'm only 20% done with this room. It's that serious, y'all. Trying to figure out where I want everything to be and go. Woo. Yeah. Ow. Almost broke my neck. Almost fell. Hi, everyone. You know what the wonderful thing is about moving out of your house into another house? You're forced to let some things go. You're like, well, I can't take all of this with me. It's hard to make excuses because you're moving into another house. This is the real. Okay, I just want this right here, out of sight. I'm clearing out a whole part of my bookshelf. As much as I love my playing cards, Homegirl is through. I'm through. It was fun, but it's getting in my way. It's taking up too much space on my bookshelf. So, goodbye. You know, sometimes you do gotta surrender your toys. It's not easy though. Sometimes, you know how kids like to hang on to toys for 20, 30 years. Sometimes you gotta be like, nah, I'm good. The day of these toys is over. I didn't play with these toys long enough. Now I'm purging the toy shelf, y'all. Let me see. I'm on the spiritual shelf over here. That's what y'all hear me working on. Spiritual shelf. I didn't did the literature. I didn't did the health and fitness. Now I need to do the spiritual. I know what that is. I'm still finding health and beauty over here. Ridiculous. Feel free to enjoy the sounds that y'all hear. This need glue. This stuff broken, ripped, torn, everything. And it's like, needs to be fixed. There's that. Hey, this stuff could go. I don't even know where all of the stuff is at. So I guess that's going in the garbage. The garbage pile is piling up, y'all. It's piling up. I'm about to put on a movie in a minute while I'm doing this. This is health and beauty. I keep on finding health and beauty in this room, and it's starting to irritate me. It's like, okay, I done seen you enough. This is a creative space, not for health and beauty, so you got to go. This is spiritual and art. I'm going to put that beauty stuff on the vanity. What y'all hearing is me surrounded by a pile of stuff. Trying to get some order to the chaos. Damn. Okay. The piles are getting smaller and more organized, so I'm getting somewhere here. Okay. At least they're getting closer and closer to the door. Okay. I can go now. Damn. Why did I drag that on the floor and I actually needed that? Forget it. Okay. Alright, we have a pile going out. We have a couple of piles actually near the door to be baggage and put out. So how I do my purging is anything that I don't want, I keep moving towards the doorway. That way, I know I won't want the doorway blocked, so I definitely am going to take it downstairs and take it to the trash. I find that when you leave your piles all the way up in your creative space, then it's like you'll just keep on making excuses to not take it out. But if you block the doorway with it, you'll be like, oh no, this stuff got to go. I'm tired of this, and then you'll get rid of it. This is for people who like to procrastinate. It's a way to trick yourself to finish the job. Okay. There. Now, this is starting. I'm starting to be able to move around more, y'all. I'm moving around here. Yeah, the creative space, it's feeling better. Feeling a lot better. Praise God. Hard work, though. Hi, everybody. People say, I take a day off. God don't take a day off. I love triggering people. We so privileged. I'm taking a day off. I ain't doing no cleaning. I ain't purging. Uh-uh. Nah, I ain't. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little spray down and but it's like you don't want the creator to take off. You want the creator to show up every single day. You want the creator of all energy to show up every single day or you're offended. I put all my family time on a schedule today. Cause I'm no good. I'm no good to people with unorganized and procrastinating with clutter. It's not. It wasn't like it was like real wild in here. It was just way too much stuff in here. Whole bunch of unnecessary stuff. I'm like, all I'm doing is like garbage, garbage, garbage. My hand just keep on throwing towards the garbage. I gotta watch though, because I think they charge over here if your garbage gets too heavy. So I might have to stop. I might have to stop and then purge again on Thursday or something, because I don't want them saying garbage fee. That's what they did to the people across the street. They was piling all this ridiculous amount of garbage, and the garbage man was they left half the garbage out there. Basically, it was telling the people, you got to pay for us to finish taking your garbage away. Ain't nobody about being used no more, not even the garbage people. I still got to consider that there's garbage that needs to be taken out from downstairs, too. So I can't overload the garbage from up here. Because my family going to be like, no, they ain't going to take all this garbage. Save some for next week. Save some. That's what I'll do. Okay, I'll stop here. I'll stop here. I ain't gonna throw that else away because it would be like doing too much. With the garbage. That's like two cans up here filled up already, and who knows how many cans. We had a barbecue. We barbecued, so who knows how much garbage is in the barbecue with the barbecue. I forgot we had barbecue garbage. So I actually have to stop. So what I'll do now is I'll just work on organizing. Okay, that. Woo! I'll be literally offering people to come here and organize. And pay, I'll be like paying, like I'll pay. They be like, no, I'm good. They know, they say, you got a house to organize? Nah, I'm good. They don't even want to do it for money. People like, I got my own organizing to do. That's too much. This is annoying, trying to find the lids and stuff. Telling y'all, all the running around I was doing. I went to 4 funerals, 2 graduations, y'all. No lie. All while doing 2 monetized YouTube channels while working at Walmart. It was real hectic. Actually, I went to 4 funerals in my family and 1 on my daughter's side. All while doing YouTube, working 9 to 5 plus in school and mentorships and stuff. I just didn't have the energy to keep anything organized. I didn't have the time. It was getting like hectic. It was getting too hectic. But I'm not going to do this again. I'll get somebody in here to organize it for me. Then let this go down like this again. I have hired people to do my houses before, so I don't have a problem with it. I normally hire teenagers so they can make some money. Next time, I'm not doing this. If this ever happens again, which I doubt it will, because I'm done. Like this did me in. If this ever happens again, I'm actually going to just Hey, I'm going to just get a whole crew in here. I'm done. I can feel it in my back, my butt, everything trying to do this. My old age, my age is telling me like, nah, you're getting too old for this. Hours of um, lifting things and all type of stuff. Okay, that's beauty. If I see one more beauty product with the spiritual stuff, I'm going to snap. Woo! Okay, it still has to be like what my favorites are. Can't just be thrown on the shelf. So that's good. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Shoot. This is my favorite. Yeah. And what's nice about being organized that when your family when you pass and your family goes to move your house out, they can just move everything out by section, like bookshelf, books over there. They can go by theme and subject matter. They can assign people. They can be like, okay, all of y'all on books. When they're moving your stuff out after you die, they'll be like, okay, somebody on clothes. You know what I mean? If you have a big house, it makes it easier for them to work in teams, because there's nothing's mixed together. Like I got like all electronics over here, near the bookshelf. I got electronics and books all in one area. That way they could just like, oh, okay, we get all the electronics over here in the books. Except for my desk and my camera. All the other electronics like the camera, the spare laptop, all the other wiring and stuff. All that is right where the bookshelf is. I also have a section in here that's like where my weight is. I have a weight that I like to lift and my weightlifting stuff. Like creatine and all. So that they have somebody in here. If they have somebody in here that's in the weights, they'd be like, you can take all the weight section. Maybe, if I outlive one of my brothers, if I die before one of my brothers, they'd be like, I'm just going to take all the whole section over there that's weight loss stuff. That's why it's important to be organized. It's having respect for the people who has to bury you. Because, like, funerals is, no one is obligated to bury anybody. Somebody could just literally burn your body, ashes, and be like, I'm done. I'm keeping the rest of your burial money. People can actually do that. And if they see you didn't care about how they have to move you out of your house, they may actually decide just to cremate you and just roll with the policy money because they're upset that you left them such a mess to clean. So you don't want to rub your burial people the wrong way. My mother, a few years before she passed, she was doing a Swedish cleaning. And she was doing it so long that when we went in her house, it was like super easy to move her out of her house when she died. Like it was like super easy. Everything was very organized. Her winter fall clothes was in the closet, stacked real neat in the bags. Everything was like, it was so easy to assign everybody to a part of her life. But I remember her saying a couple years before she passed, she was like, I'm getting this warehouse. She called her house a warehouse. She said, I'm getting this warehouse purged and organized because I'm too old and it's time for me to let a lot of stuff go. So she even had her paperwork sitting on the couch all organized, all her important papers. So I don't know if she prophesied her own death or whatever, but it's like almost like she knew it was coming. It was real weird, y'all. Hi, everybody. Hansi, don't try to suck up the space because you know it's spacious. Hansi cracked me up. He sat up there and sat in the doorway and waited for me to open the space near my desk, in the room, and more near my desk. And now he trying to hang out. You trying to hang out in the open space? It feel good, Hansi. Bye-bye. Your room feel good? Feel better? The cats, they love when the path is clear. Cats do. It smell good. Y'all smell the blood orange? That blood orange, man, it will motivate you. You will do the law of attraction on you will get into that law of attraction energy. Blood orange, man. If you feel unmotivated, get you some blood orange and some cinnamon. When I manifested like a whole bunch of job offers, I was burning cinnamon water. Yep, I'm telling you certain, but it might not. I don't know if it'll work for y'all. It's different for everybody. You gotta find out what works for your law of attraction. I realized that I have something still in my fire energy. Something is messing with it. So that blood orange actually, it tends to oh y'all, road chopper clearing out. It tends to replace the fire that somebody might have drained from me or whatever. Watch out, honey. Hit my knee trying to get around you. Okay. All right. Woo! I'm still going, y'all. If y'all could just hear just how I'm just moving endlessly for two hours. I feel like I'm working at Walmart on Black Friday, y'all. That's what this feels like. Shoot. Okay. I'm almost done. I'm almost done with day one. I'm doing like 7 days of this. The next room I'm doing is my bedroom. That's next. But I gotta wait till the garbage load is lighter. Goodness. Make no sense. Tell you it feel good though. This feel good. Okay, I don't want these. Now I'm changing my mind about some of the organization because something felt like it was irritating my energy when I came over here. Hi everybody. Huffing and puffing trying to get this done. And don't forget it like the one guy said, set it and forget it. Set it and forget it means once you get a space clear, you can't be thinking so hard about it. You clear it. Now, here's the last step. Okay. Oh, my goodness. I keep finding new beauty stuff in here. I'm going to take this stuff. Let me just get that out the room. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to scrub my desk down with lemon and eucalyptus while I watch one of my favorite childhood movies. I don't want this over here. I don't want that over there because that's my flannel that I use when I go on a walk. So I'm going to put it right where my book bag's at. So all I got to do is grab my book bag and my flannel and roll. Okay, my inhaler needs to be in my purse. Oh, I'm not playing. My father was buried this week. This week is my daddy's birthday. Not my father, my daddy. My stepdad, who raised me since I was 2. It's his birthday this week. So I bet you any money his energy gonna show up in this room to help me. I've been getting a strong feeling that he's a guardian of mine. I've been getting a feeling. Because when I went to a psychic, she said there was a male guardian, family member. I think it's him. I think that's what he. And you know why I know now? I know what he really is, my guardian. Because my mother said it one day. She said I think he was sent to protect y'all. I think he was sent as a guardian for y'all. And then I don't know. I just remember my mother said that years ago. And I know he was a Virgo, and Virgos, they're about order in their house. They don't play about being unorganized. Every Virgo I know, every September baby I know, it's like I want order in this house. So that could be his energy speaking to my energy that's getting me like to be very overly organized. And it's okay because it's something I struggle with. It's been a long time since I just decided to just spend most of my day just decluttering and organizing. Not so focused on creation. Us writers can be very messy, very, very, very with too much clutter. But I'm learning that you can't keep running from it. I think Stephen King be running from it. That's why he go to that hotel to write. He don't want to deal with his clutter at home. Or he's paying for somebody to do it at home. He got a maid to go in his house and declutter. But he doesn't want to be around it. So he goes to the hotel to motel to do his writing. No, this can't go there. This here, y'all. I'm finding myself really, really, really strict on the organizing. It's like I got some extra gratitude for it now, because I can't. I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, no, still don't look right. Okay, that's looking better. That's looking better. Now I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna leave out this room, and I'm gonna come back in an hour and assess any of the organization to see if I'm not really being organized, but making myself think I am. Like these cards here, my writer's deck, that wasn't organized. These bowls for the watercolor needs washed. They can't be in here. They cannot be in here. Okay. Woo. What did I do with the... Okay. I found my other bowl, my other bong for my CBD. Praise God. I couldn't find it. This goes with the board stuff. This has to be where this sage is old. It needs to go. Needs to go. Yeah. Hans is like, wow, what's a lot of space in here, Mom? Way more space. I literally just tripled this amount of space in here. I'm going to get a throw rug. Now, what I found out about optimizing space when you're living in an old home, this carpet has been in here since the 1940s. So I'm going to actually get a full-size throw rug to go over this rug. so that when people walk in here, if they go to the throw rug, they got to stop. So I know that they're not entering my metaphysical space. For sure. Not where my guides would stand. So I'm going to put a big throw rug that starts from the doorway, from the couple steps beyond the doorway, that goes all the way to the window. That way when people come in, they know once you get to the throw rug, you cannot come any further. It might seem like I'm saying somebody's negative, but I'm not. I don't want their metaphysical world in mine. I don't know what they're doing with their energy. So, no, y'all. You got to set up spiritual boundaries, even with people that you love. Creation and spiritual time is personal, it's private. It's like you're going in the room and seeing the priest, and it's only between you and God. And that's how you have to treat your space. Like my one family member got their own space, so it's not like I'm being unfair. They actually have their own little space where they have their music, their notebooks with their songs and stuff. And I don't go over there. Only time I might go near it is when I just sage it. That's it. I just hold the sage out. That's sage. But I don't actually hang out in it or anything. Because they like to use music. They like to listen to music to connect to God more. But I like to use poetry and scriptures. So we're like different. But I don't go in their metaphysical space. I try to, mind my metaphysical business. This has to, I don't even know if I want that pillow in here. Like, we'll talk. I got a spare blanket. Sometimes I like to put down it's a little cot that I put down in here. And I put the cot down, and then I lay on the cot and I watch a movie. Your spiritual space should feel like a staycation. It should be like a personal staycation for you. Otherwise, it's not going to serve you. Hi, everybody. We got a couple people listening. Patient people. Some people, they don't want to watch no video unless they can see you. I don't want to see your face, so I ain't watching. It's like if you only knew how important your eyes are, you wouldn't be so quick to want to see people all the time. Your eyes are so important. You know, they say, keep your eye on God or whatever. A lot of people ain't doing that. Do you know that limiting yourself to one sense can strengthen your manifestation ability? Like when you get on YouTube, sometimes like turning your cell phone upside down and just listening, it helps to strengthen your air energy. But when you're like looking at the video while listening, then you're using up your air energy. So, yeah, that's something to think about for people who's hooked on watching a lot. I actually avoid a lot of eye contact unless I'm looking for inspiration. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just wasting my eyeball energy. When I could be looking at something that will enlighten me. Everything you see ain't enlightening. Not for what you're doing, not always for what you're doing. So we do got to be selective of what we're looking at. We got to be picky. People ain't picky about that. It's a lot of staring going on. I have never seen so much staring in my life. I don't remember the 90s people staring as much as they do now. It's actually wild. Okay. Now we have a problem. I should not hear this chair scratching on the wall. So I'm gonna have to do something with the desk. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? Okay, I got it. I got this figured out. I think I can put this on top of this. See, right when you think you're done organizing, you say, "No, I'm not done." It's not optimal. So now I gotta go back. Okay, so the desk has to come. There should be. There should be. This chair should be able to swivel without any worry of hitting this wall. I'm gonna spray this wall down. That's another thing I found out. When people clean their creative space, they'll clean their desk, but they'll forget to clean the corner that their back is against. Like they forget that low vibrational energy likes to hide in the corners. So when you're cleaning your desk space, you should always get the corners that you're closest to. The one that you can see ahead of you and the one that's behind you. Even if you say, oh, my wall is white, I don't need to do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's not negatively charged. It doesn't mean there ain't an entity there just because it's white. I have actually, I was sitting on the other side of this room before, and I looked over here and I saw a spirit. It was an earthbound spirit, and she was standing over here. So I do, cause this is west, I think. We're gonna about to check the feng shui. We're gonna check it in a minute. We're gonna check it. Cause I found out that my compass that I had, my feng shui compass was not work. It was not right. Found out the one that I had on my phone. It was full of crap. It wasn't. It was a cheaper version, so it wasn't giving me the precise feng shui that I needed, or feng shui, however you want to say it. Like I said, most people ain't about doing this on Labor Day. They about this is what they say. I'm laying around. But that work that they didn't do is gonna be waiting for them tomorrow. During the work week, it's still gonna be there. Okay, so let me check the feng shui. I think if I recall, because I was doing this is my angel guys gave me a download about feng shui. A lot of people are missing the Akashic record for that. A lot of people don't know the whole thing with that. I'm gonna teach it I'm gonna get a download in the workshop. I'm not gonna give it in here, but I felt too much struggle energy when my desk was up near the door. When my desk was, yeah, I felt struggle energy. But it's like soon as I moved it over there. See, when you're high priestess, you can literally put your hand in a room and feel where the energy is being covert at. You know, when something negative energy is trying to hide. I'm walking around, I'm feeling here. Okay. This feels okay here. Something feels off here. Off. So what I'm gonna do over in this corner over here, something's not right. I can feel like it kind of make me shake. Something's not right. Okay. Because, yeah. Okay. There's some sort of energy or entity here in the west over here. It might be an earthbound spirit or something to be over here. So I'm gonna make sure that when I burn my sage, it's gonna be like over to that area. Hi everybody. Yeah, because there's this weird heat force over here. Yeah, but it's not over here. This is cool. So there's some sort of unnatural energy over here. It's in the west, which would might be an earthbound spirit or something here. Because this is east, north. Let me go. Hold on, y'all. I'm checking the fish. South. Yeah, that's south. Um, east, north. Yeah, that's southwest. So there's a low vibrational earthbound spirit to be over here. And I thought I saw her over here before. One day I was sitting here on a live video and I literally saw a ghost. So yeah, don't feel right. It's taking the angels are cool. They don't make you hot. They make you cool. If your body's temperature starts to run too hot when you walk in a certain part of a room and you know it's like a cool day, the windows open or something, if the temperature's divided, that means there's something there that doesn't belong there. Something that's not holy or not angelic at least. I'm just saying, y'all. Why would the dragon's blood keep going over to here? It's obviously trying to set up boundaries with some energy over here. Because the dragon's blood, the blood orange I got, it's not heating up this section. And it's in the middle of the room. It's not heating up this section. It's heating up this section. So it's moving towards that which is an obstacle that's over here. Because the last time I wrote something great, it was like only at the edge of this bookshelf here, book row. I had to keep turning to the left. But whenever I would turn to the right to face that corner, I would feel blocked. Y'all, it's deep. This is what the law of attraction is about. You got to assess that energy in here. Yeah, because I just got breathlessness when I went over here. Okay, we gonna get it. I'm gonna burn my white candle on the left side of the window. That's what I'm gonna do. I guess the sun doesn't shine that often over there in the southwest area. The west, uh, yeah, so I guess that's why the entity, whatever it is, likes to be over there. It thinks it can hide, whatever. It's like hanging out from the corner to the middle of this window. I can sense it. I literally feel like I'm going to sweat to death just leaning over there. Woo! I just came from over there and I feel like I just roasted. So I'm going to light my white candle right over there. My good vibes candle right there. So I can irritate them so they can leave. I know some people think, oh, she crazy. No, I ain't. You better talk to some people that experience what I experience. Hi, everybody. Woo! I just double sprayed over there, y'all. I ain't got time for it. Okay. You know what? The last time I manifested something big in this room, I remember I had sprayed linen and lotus up in here. I just remembered that I did. I was literally spraying um, jasmine, linen, and lotus bloom all over there. I like drenched it, and then all of a sudden, like the path was like real clear with me energetically. I don't know what that entity is, and there's one hanging out near beside my TV on the right hand side too. I don't know who these two people are, but I think the woman that's over there is an overweight because I saw her one time. I saw a glimpse. It's an overweight black woman over there, and there's an old lady over here. But yeah, there's an old lady over there. I think she's trying to. I don't know. I don't know if she's just restless. If I went to sleep over, if I went to go ahead and close my eyes and rest it over there, I did not as a medium because I'm a medium. I'd be able to see her then. I'd be able to. My third eye would be able to look in the dimension, and during the day I'd be able to see her. Um, and then I know exactly where she at. But I know last time I saw that old lady, she was over. She was on the other side of my desk in the middle of the window. I find it weird that she wasn't where the window light is coming from. Almost as if she's using the shadows to be unsensible to me, thinking she could use the shadows to hide. But I still saw her though. You can't hide from someone who's a. If we want to get into the charts, I'm a Libra rising. I will see you in the dark. My third eye is literally like a flashlight. So she thought she could hide in the shadow right there, but my third eye was like, I see you. Y'all, you just never know. So I got this box of I had got this. This is something that I bought when I manifested 2 channels monetized. And now I'm gonna look and see what I had used. Okay, so I was using the frankincense because there's only one frankincense left. So, all right. So I do know that frankincense is works for me. I had my suspicions of it earlier. I said, I bet you any money that frankincense is big game energy for me. I literally said that, and now I find frankincense in here. Okay, it looked like I wasn't using the patchouli. I'm not sure what this one is. I'm gonna have to sniff it. No. Oh, I was using up the white sage, so yeah, there was some bad energy in here. The white sage is gone. It's bad energy for me to use a whole pack of sage. Okay, what is this? No. I don't like that the Asian woman didn't label the packages. It's like, come on, lady. This one is open. I think this is dragon's blood. Hold on, y'all. I think this one is dragon's blood. I'm looking over my spiritual tools now, and I'm going to purge them. And it's kind of spicy. This one, yeah, this is for me. This smells like a little bit of lavender in there. This spicy one, no. It's too. No. This is, well, it might actually. Scorpio. It has a darker, spicier seasoned wild. It has a wild energy. So I would have to burn this when I'm recovering from heavy losses or something. So that's probably why I wasn't really burning this at the time. Okay. If I went to burn this one, it's because I'd be like trying to be sexy and free spirited, or um, yeah, that's what that's for. I don't even need to read the. They don't need to have a package. I could. I'm using my intuitive energy to know. So this one is the patchouli. Patchouli. Okay. This smells mature. This is Empress energy. Yeah. Classic. So I'll keep that one because I am an Empress. This smells like Queen. That's Queen. And that's Empress. We'll keep these ones, and those ones have to go. Yeah, the patchouli smells like something for like a 40-year-old woman or a 50-year-old woman or something of that nature. Okay. I wasn't doing much creativity then, so that's probably why I wasn't using the patchouli. I was intuitively picking the right incense for what I was doing. I'm going to actually mark these packages since the Asian woman didn't. I had to use my intuition and my nose to place the scents. Okay, so now I'm purging the spiritual box that I have with the incense in it. So I just did one package. I got this. The last time I manifested, I manifested a car and 2 monetized channels, I had ordered this money blessing incense. See this? I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's a money blessing incense. And I had ordered this, and then money just started coming to me, y'all. No lie. I said, I never forgot. And I only burned like 2 of these. See, this is the one I burned when I had the breakthrough in my life. So I'm going to put that one on there and finish burning it. Okay, now, also what I was burning, I'm helping y'all to know what I was doing when I manifested a whole lot 3 years ago. I was using the green chakra incense. See how there's only 3 left? The green chakra. I think that could be Leo, and it's just green. What is all this? Okay, so I got this as a gift. Which stone is this? I remember I got this as a gift when I was manifesting a whole lot. Now recently I manifested something big, and and it was right after I put 3/4 on my table. Right after I put 3/4 on this desk. 75 cents. And I had, the last time I manifested something really, really big, I had $17 in my wallet. See, yeah, there's like all this green incense. Look at that. I'm going to leave them right out. See what else is in here. I also was using the wizard wands. These are the wizard wands. I got the wizard wand from Five Below. If y'all live near Five Below, those work, y'all. I ain't lying. When I charged this room up, I was using wizard wands. When I did my manifesting script, I had a wizard wand in my hand. And sometimes a dragon's blood. I remember that. This is why you have to document your process if you don't have a And then I remember when I started getting a lot of money on the channel again last year, Somebody bought me a whole bunch of cigar boxes. Somebody gave me cigar boxes as a gift. So, you know, back in the day, the rich men and wealthy men, like on the Titanic, they had cigar boxes. So that was I guess that was a sign that a whole lot of money was coming. I just didn't know. The creator speak to you to let you know when you're worried, let you know it's coming. You just gotta like pay attention to the signs. Okay, that's done. Now I gotta do my creative stuff. These markers. Okay, let's just. I'm gonna do this where it's like the paint brushes is all with the paint brushes. Enough of this unorganized paintbrush stuff. Okay. See, I'm doing this here. So y'all can hear what I'm doing. I know y'all think this is ridiculous, but balance, man. The creator rewards balance. When the creator says you trying to be about balance, then the energy serves you. You know, the space can serve you. The next purge I'm doing tonight before I go to bed is I'm purging my cell phone and all the cookies. I'm getting rid of all the cookies in my I just found the lavender and sage that I had when I was manifesting. Yeah, look at this. It's almost empty. I was going ham on this lavender and sage. It's almost gone. That's interesting because I just bought some lavender and sage today. Combs. My daughter, my daughter and her dad, they're in this life they're learning how to be spiritual. They weren't spiritual in their past life. That's sad. They were just all about money. They was just all about money. They weren't doing any spiritual practices. Basically, they was very traditional. They might have just went to church on weekends and just all about being a workhorse. So I'm supposed to be showing them how the benefits of using their inner power, not just following society commands. So I be doing spiritual stuff all around them and stuff so they can see. I notice now my daughter she she's burning like spiritual stuff and she's creating a more spiritual atmosphere. Like every 2 months or so, I'll just create like a spiritual bag of stuff for her and I'll give it to her as a gift. Take with tape, tape with tape. Yeah. No, this is what the marker board. This shouldn't be over here. Marker board. Oh, incense with incense. I'm not playing about being organized, y'all. It's a challenge in my life, in this life of mine. I'm supposed. It's a part of my It's a part of what I'm supposed to be learning in this life about. Just because I have more, don't mean I need to be unorganized. Like don't always get somebody else to do it. Like I have to be independent with my organizing. I have to be independent with my home. In the past life, I might have had a big family, a bunch of people, assistants helping me, whatever. I'm learning how to, in this life, not wait on anybody to help me. Just go ahead and do it by myself if I got to. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I think I had a lot of people working for me or working under me. So I was like, I really didn't have to make the path clear. I really didn't have to learn how to purge and let go and release. I had other people doing it. That's just the truth. I was spiritual, but I had other people doing my dirty work. Um, you know, I might have had hiring people to come in and just do it all. And I didn't see the pleasure in letting go. I didn't see any pleasure of letting go. I don't even think I was purging like I should have been in my past life unless other people did it. Like, that's real sad. But it's all right. I'm learning in this life, though. I know letting go is like real difficult for me, but I'm getting real good at it. I've been getting good at it over the last year. I got tired of being irritated by stuff that's not working out, relationships not working, not being able to find stuff and all that. So I've been doing it like every 2, 3 months. I just purge. Now that might sound ridiculous because some people they purge every month, but I'm a student of purging. Hi everybody. This is why you can't beat yourself up. You can't assume that you're falling behind because other people can do what you're doing. You can only do what your consciousness have witnessed and learned and tried. That's all you could do. Okay? If you're not good at purging, your consciousness probably didn't show up with that capability. So it's something that you're gonna have to learn. You know, if you're having trouble with managing your money, your consciousness probably was in a body before they had somebody else managing the money. I know I did. I know I did. So in this life, it's like I'm managing my own money. I'm supposed to be learning like financial tips and stuff, and all of that. And I noticed that money starts to flow to me more soon as I stay in the energy. Soon as I stay in the energy, like I'm gonna manage my own money. Y'all, believe it or not, for years I wasn't even managing my own money. I know that sounds wild, but I would always give my entire check to my husband and be like, manage this money, you know. But I didn't realize that um, I wasn't taking responsibility for what I needed to get for myself. And then when it didn't work out, I would be mad at him when I should have been managing my own money. Like the money that I earned, I should be managing. You live and you learn, y'all. I didn't gave people my time and money and everything to manage, and it backfired in my face. And now it's like, no, I'm good. And I think it's because I've been sensing as an intuitive download that people be lying to me about my money. I'm not saying my husband, but I be getting that when I be giving people money to get things and do things, they be skimming off my money and stuff and not telling me the truth. Like not telling me the truth of what they're doing with the money. I've been getting that intuitively, so I literally stopped giving cold hard cash to people in my life. People be so sneaky with money, it'd be ridiculous. People will lie to get money, knowing they wasted money, will lie. Oh, I need to pay my car note. Knowing they had car note money, but they spent it on weed. I can't begin to tell y'all how many people asked to borrow money from me, and I found out that they got a $300 a month weed habit. And I'm like, really? They hid it from me because they wanted to use me for my money for their drugs. And I don't care what nobody say. Weed is still a drug that people get addicted to, and they be borrowing money to get it. If you breaking your neck to borrow money and to get money for your drug, then you're doing a drug. It doesn't matter if it comes from the earth. If you paying for your drugs and knowing that your bills ain't all the way paid and you ain't getting that much self-care just to have your drugs, then you do have an addiction. I don't care if it's weed or not. It's still an addiction. I be seeing people really poorly kept. I mean, really poorly kept. But yet they keep loads of weed. I be like, I don't understand that. But addiction is addiction, okay? So, but if you tell them, they say it's weed, ain't it? I'm like, but why? Why the heck do you look the way you look, though? Like, why do you look the way you look? If you wasn't addicted to weed, you would look better. You would literally been putting your money to get your hair done. You would literally be looking decent more of the time. Like, your house would be, you know, you wouldn't need no one to clean your house. You would actually be cleaning your house. I noticed that like people who's really hooked on weed, um, they it's like they go long periods of time without organizing their house. It's not like different like oh because they old, you know, middle age, tired of work. Some of them be like waking up smoking the L for like 2 hours, L after L at time, and knowing it's like they sitting in a house full of just trash around them. And it's like, okay, if weed is not an addictive drug, how could you sit in a room that's a dumpster and smoke an L? I mean, I'm the most organized person, but I can't even do that. Like, I can't even do that. Hi, everybody. I tell people if weed is not addictive, it's not a drug, okay, let's do a challenge. Give it up for 6 months. Let's see. Let's see. Give it up for 6 months. Give it up for 6 months and put your money into something else. Your $200 a month drug addiction, 246-810, you get $1,000 in your bank account. Smoke weed only 1 day a week. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Because it is addictive. That's why I stopped doing it back in 1997. Back in 1997, when I was smoking weed, it was all about turning up, partying, chilling, all trying to fake laid back type of energy. And I wasn't really creating nothing. I wasn't even inventing nothing. It wasn't even productive like that when I was out of work. And I wasn't even looking that good. Like I really wasn't looking that good. I wasn't. And I also remember like I really wasn't doing nothing. It was the same old stuff like hiking, and I wasn't really doing any fun activities because I didn't have no more money after buying weed. Like I spoke to people that buy like $300 a month full of weed, and they always say I'm not broke. They say I'm broke. I haven't been broke. I haven't had no money for 2 weeks. I'm waiting for my paycheck, and I'm like, well, why did you buy $300 worth of weed though? Like, why did you, John? I don't know. It's something about my purpose where I refuse to go down to zero. I refuse to go down to zero in money. That's just ridiculous. And I like my wine sometimes, but I ain't going down to zero for no damn wine. And I don't and one glass of wine a month I'm cool because I don't want to go down to zero because wine is expensive. I ain't judging, I'm just saying. And if I did win the judge, I'm allowed to. We all can have an opinion about toxicity, things that are unhealthy. Just think about all the businesses and startup businesses that so many people could have did if they wasn't supporting their $200 weed habit. And it was get me is those same people was complaining about economy. Those same people was complaining about Trump. Those same people are saying I didn't vote. but everything's overpriced. Everything's too high. And I'm like, it must not be that high if you spending $200 a month on weed, making only $11 an hour on your job. No, no, it's this wild. Dang, if you got it like that, why don't you just start a little side hustle if it's all like that? You got somebody paying your rent. That rent bill getting paid by somebody. If you can afford, if you can afford to spend $300 on weed and $200 on lottery tickets a month, gambling and stuff, and you only making $100 a day out in the streets. Who the heck paying your rent? Oh, the government or somebody paying it. That's wild. I think people be enabling drug addiction, drug addicts, paying their bills. People will quit when they don't got nobody to pay their bills. They'll quit then. They'll quit then when they risk losing their place and ain't nobody coming through. I'm saying this because a lot of people are saying they stuck in 9 to 5 jobs and they not getting no money on the side nowhere else. But they're not thinking about how they're treating money. They're trying to use weed and stress them. I'm stressed out and that's why I need all this weed. They're using that as an excuse. The creator knows that you don't need weed to get rid of stress. The creator knows you don't need that much weed. Knows the reason why you're doing drugs. Know that you're trying to get in a fake energy, that you don't know how to get peace and calm from inner power. The creator knows that you're trying to rush to get to that feeling without actually doing the inner work. You're trying to it's escapism. It's low vibrational escapism. And just saying, oh, you're just under a lot of stress. You don't need a temporary fix, a band-aid for stress. You need something that will last long with getting rid of the stress without hitting your pockets up all like that. And distancing yourself from people when you're stressed and making that a regular thing. That doesn't cost much. That's cheaper than buying weed every month. Praying is cheap. Praying is inexpensive. Affirmations is inexpensive. You can get plenty of free affirmations online. Sleep a little longer. That'll get rid of some of the stress. Shower a little longer. Shower a little more. Don't rush through your showers if you're stressed. Work a little less at your job. There's so many ways. How can I get de-stressed without my bank account being stressed? How can I? I could buy me some $1 lavender at Walmart. Pray, do affirmations, buy me a $20 seasonal swimming pool pass. That's cheaper than $200 a month on weed. Go swimming. Stop hiding away. For real. I see nothing but young people at the pools now. Ain't that many old people because they so worried about what somebody think. Okay, you old. You did things to your body that don't look good. Accept it. Trying to use weed instead of the swimming pool to get peace. You trying to hide away with your weed. So scared of what somebody say, thinking everybody's worried about you. People are this wild how the world is so many people thinking everybody is worried about them when they out of the streets. Actually, a lot of people ain't even worried about you. Like, a lot of people are thinking about their situations. They're trying to get through stuff. Like, I don't know how we got in this narcissistic society where people just think everybody's worried about what they look like. Everybody's worried about their looks or old age. Nobody is even caring that much, y'all. It's like soon as you think that, then they can sense that you do want them to worry about you. Like it's almost like because you think that you completed a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now everybody is looking at you. It's like that's how it works. When you're worried that everybody's judging you, guess what? You're gonna get people judging you. Like it's literally gonna happen. If you're worried about what strangers are gonna say about you in your bathing suit, when you put on that bathing suit, strangers are gonna have something to say. You manifest that you manifest how you feel. If you feel like everybody don't like you, you're gonna come across people that don't like you. It's just gonna happen that way. Hi everybody. I say everybody got things to do. I say this when I go shopping, when I go out. Everybody got things to do. Everybody trying to get stuff done. Everybody's got their mind on business or whatever. They grinding even more on their mind on business. So they ain't really worried about me. They ain't worried about me like that. The young girls, some young girls think every man worried about them. Oh, because I got booty on fire. I'm worried about men looking at me like that. They ain't that worried. Trust me. They worried about you. They only worry about you for a minute, one night a week. These men is in love with their money. They trying to get the bag. They ain't worried about you that much. I can sense the energy. I'm a person that can pick up people's thoughts and pick how people feel. And a lot of people is not worried about strangers. They're not. That's not what I'm picking up. I'm picking up like I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to get this done. I can sense the energy. Like I want to be by myself. I'm trying to get some healing done. I'm picking this up from like person after person after person. There's a lot of traumatized people out here, and so they're focusing on. I'm trying to lose the weight. I'm trying to get some groceries for the day. I'm trying to get here. They're not really worried about how far you've gotten. They're not worried about that. The people that's only worried about how far you've gotten is the people that know you well, the people that you have in your business. Them is the ones that really care. Strangers, they don't care. First of all, if they ain't rushing to say hi to you, they don't care. People entertain. People take time to entertain about what they're really interested in. If they're not trying to really entertain you, they ain't worried about you. That's hard to believe, but it's the truth. People don't want to believe it because people think they know their rating. I'm fine. I got this. I look good. So I know. No. People are really not that trusting anymore. So that's why they're not that worried about strangers. I have been accused of having some free spirited, carefree energy, utopia mindset. But it's not that. I can sense people's true feelings and energy when I'm out in the world. And one thing I found out, it's most of your neighbors that's worried about you. But these people out in grocery stores and shopping stuff, they ain't really care. They don't really care. And exes and old friends, they worried about you. But everybody else, they ain't worried. They ain't that worried. Hi, everybody. Woo! You know what I found out that some people forget to do when they're purging? They forget. They forget to clean once the like when people burn sage, people forget to clean the sage away. You have to clean the sage away before before the next day. Come. But a lot of people, they miss spots like um on their desk and stuff. Okay. I'm trying to get the best type of balance energy that I could get in this room. And I'm getting very close. I can feel it. It's close. One thing I found out is when you fiddle a lot, something still ain't right. Fiddling is a sign that the energy still it's not approved. The way it's balanced in the room is not approved by your angel. So something needs to be different. I felt like I wanted to put my crystal in the under this part. But last time it was sitting here. It was sitting right there. Yeah, that's where it was at with the quarters. Oh, there's another quarter. There's another quarter on this desk, but it wasn't with the 3/4. So this is the one that was manifested. Oh, okay. I see how the angels work with this law of attraction for me. The quarter that was being manifested was okay. So these 3/4 here are not pulling their weight. They have to be over here in the sunshine. Period. Okay. But I have to have it. I have to have it not in the. Okay, west could be money, I think. East and west could be money. So I'll put 4/4 there. Since that would be one, and one is economic, and one is like the creator. So I'll put 4/4 there. Four is also it's like like get ready to to do some work, and also getting rid of like toxicity. So it could be the quarters are grounding the money energy in the west, but the sun is coming in the west part. So I guess it's charging the money energy here like a battery, the vibration of the money. So that's why that would have been east. I'm doing the feng shui with the money, y'all. That north would be that way. That would be east. This would be north. So the 3/4 was in the east, where the sun rises. Was in the east, where the sun rises, and the 1/4 in the west. Okay. So I'm gonna leave it like that because I feel like the 3/4 is like my guardians over there, and the money. Um I need another quarter in the west. 50 in the west, 75 in the east. Yep. Because the west would still be like my guardian ancestors. That could still be earth energy or whatever. So I would need 2/4 for the number 5 being a spiritual number. Yeah. I need 2/4 in the west, 3 for my guardians in the east, for my guides in the east and the north, for my manifestation work. Period. Okay, so I'll put another quarter, but the other quarter that would be 50. No, I don't want the 0. I need 55. I need 55 cent here. Manifesting is also law of attraction is a number system too. When you learn the numbers, then you kind of, why the heck did I just look under my desk and found a nickel? Praise the Most High. I just looked under it and it's under there. Wow. So all this time there was 30 cents over here in the east. Okay, and that's why I manifested the number three. It was three that I manifested because the whole time there was 30 cents in the west. There was 30 cents in the west. 30 cents. Okay. Let me see what else. Is there any other money that was under here? Not playing. Lucky 30. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. 31 cents. 3 4 is still equaling up to 4. That's interesting. Okay, so they're keeping 4 over here. 4 is definitely a West number. So, okay, I'll leave it there. But the one I'm going to keep in the dark because it's like hidden luck. I feel like this penny wanted to stay there. I'm going to stay in my lane. So I'm going to keep the penny there where it was. The 5 and the 6 was in the dark. That would be spell work. 6 is a spell work number. That's why that nickel and that penny was there and they had the quarter on top. Okay. I'm going to leave it just like that, like they had it. And I say they had it because it was like a natural flow state that this money ended up like that on the right side of my desk. I purposely put the 3 quarters there. 3 could be a new beginning, a new chapter. But I didn't know the whole time there was a nickel and a penny in the inside part of my desk and a quarter on the right the whole time. So basically it's a dollar. It's a dollar. It's a dollar. It's 111. Praise the Most High. 110. Yeah, I think it is. It would be something like that. I'm gonna look up the angel number scripture for this whole equation. Let me go over there and look. Let me see what it say. Because obviously they did something mathematical with my desk for that manifestation to have arrived recently. Because I didn't put that money. I don't know how that money got over there, but it was like almost like they shifted it. The Holy Spirit shifted it over there to put my desk in alignment with whatever they were bringing me. Understand, there is no such thing as accidents. There is no coincidences when money shifts about your house. Let me see here. Huh. And I'm gonna do a little study here. Cause something. 75 means vision. It means dream big. You are being asked to focus on your wildest dreams. Place your vision board. That is interesting because guess what? The 3 quarters, 75 cents is literally facing my vision board. Do y'all see how it's like it's actually in alignment? 75 means do a vision board. And my 3 quarters is literally in alignment with my vision board. Synchronicity. Confirmation with the scripture. Okay. Let's see about the west part of my desk. We're gonna see. We're gonna get this. Figure out why they put that money over there. I know I didn't put that money over there like that. Woo! This is wild, y'all. $25, $30. But what if I calculated it like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 31. I just got the number of synchronicity. The angels like to speak to you in numbers, number system, not just words and literatures. Mm. Hold on, y'all. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What if I just went with 12? Okay, so 7 is on the top of my desk. 7 is in the west. 5 and 2 would be 7. And then 5 again in the penny. Okay. So they hid the number. They hid the number 6 from me. They hid it from me. They wanted me to see 5, but they didn't necessarily want me to see the penny. Yeah, the 5 was for me to focus on growth. So they put that nickel there in plain sight, and they put the quarter there in plain sight, but the penny was not in plain sight. The penny, it was separate. So whatever this manifestation they want me to do, I have to do it independently. I basically have to go do it alone. And um I can't like invite a group to do it with me. Otherwise I may be influenced to chase money rather than the inner power of what I'm doing. So I have to be like in the world and not of it in order for that penny was not that visible. I had to go like digging under my desk to see if it was there. So obviously they want me to be like, they want me to achieve in silence and be where the group is, but not actually be in it. That's why they separated the penny from the 5. Okay. Figured it out. So, um, they do want that quarter there over there by itself. And that's interesting because I could have swore I saw 25 earlier. The angels, your angel guides move things around. They do too. It's not just demons and stuff. Holy Spirit can move things around when you're asleep to get things in alignment and things like that. Often we don't notice because our lives are so busy and hectic. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that number, that quarter is there to build faith. My ancestors are trying to work on my faith energy. Okay, they're charging up. They're charging. They're trying to make me see the path clear to have faith. That's why that quarter's there. But these 3 quarters here is the chapter. So the beginning, and then once I go in to do my work, they're trying to make sure that the path is clear with that quarter over there. And then once I stay in alignment with these 3 quarters and the 25 cent over there with taking action with whatever I'm doing in the middle of this desk, once I stay in alignment with that equation, the manifestation comes. So these are super numbers for me, but I believe that they could. I believe that that's not the highest super number that I have. It's higher than that too. Hold on, y'all. It's 8. It's number 8. It's 8. It could be 8. It's between 6 and 8. I said 8 and looked in the book and it said abundance. Confirmation, y'all. I got the number 8 and looked in the book and it said abundance. So Yeah. Yeah. It's 8 and 11 for me. It's not like that for everybody. So it's like that's kind of like confirmation. um yeah, it's something to do with the 8 and the 9. The 8 and the 9 being really really important for me to have a stronger law of attraction. Something could have been blocking me from that 8 and 9. Yeah, one of my 4s were blocked. I'm getting it intuitively. One of my 4s. My 4 a.m. work, something could be disturbing my peace in my sleep at 4 a.m., interrupting the metaphysical flow energy when I'm asleep. It could be 4 a.m. or 4 p.m. Something is, there's some demonic energy trying to interfere. One of the 4s in my 8s, and it's one of the 3s in my 9. Tell y'all, there's always some sort of manipulation going on. Hi, everybody. See, one thing I found out is when you're a minority, the challenge you have, especially if you had ancestors who were slaves, the challenge you have is to glamorize math. Okay, remember we were blocked from math. Definitely, our ancestors were blocked from math. They didn't even want us to know how to count any money. Okay, period. They would give us the exact money to pick up things if we were slaves or free slaves. They didn't want us to know anything about the circadian clock or nothing. Just, none of that. They knew it would interfere with our ability to to be on time. For our manifestation. They knew that they'd be able to manipulate our energy. See, setting your desk and fan shuing your room ain't enough. You also have to know your financial money system struggles, even the intellectual struggles, even the space distortion energy in the room. It requires literally, like I said, it's like science mixed in. It's like a experiment chemistry where you're studying the energy. Okay. Oh, okay. I just found the Panera Bread card, and the last time I was at Panera Bread, that's when I had a real big financial breakthrough. So I don't know if there's any money left on this card, but I'm gonna have to check it. I haven't seen that card in a long time. Okay, checking cards. I don't want no negative cards in my space. It's interesting that there's a gift card for bread in here. Right in the sunshine. Panera Bread. Okay. But it wasn't in the dark part of the desk. It's actually in the sunny part. Interesting. I'm going to check these cards in a minute. We'll put those there. Okay. Um, I noticed that I had a bowl of change. I had a bowl of coins sitting on my bookshelf when I had my biggest financial breakthrough. So I'm gonna put the change back there. See, sometimes you forget what worked. Now I'm gonna put it. Not necessarily somebody else's book. No, it's a no. I'm going to put the change next to the books that are actually um, related to my purpose. So that's why I put the perch there. Yeah. Here we go. But I don't want it. It wasn't in the dark. It was in the sunshine last time. Okay. So let's keep the change charged. And I remember my fortunes was on my desk. I used to have them on my desk. Okay. Now this is feeling right in here. This is feeling real good. Yeah. It feels good. Yeah. I keep saying it because it feels real good in here now. Okay. It's real balanced. I could tell because my thoughts don't feel scattered. When you have scattery thoughts, you know, like there's resistance in your thinking, the energy is not working for you really for manifesting. You got to still work on it. Okay, y'all, I'm going to head on out. We had some people listening today. Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening. I'm all done. All I'm doing is tweaking my desk a little bit more. Why is this here? Look what I found over there, y'all. No. I think they was giving me a sign with this. I think maybe that's a sign. I'll take it in consideration, angels, because I don't remember putting that there. That's weird. I think they put that there for I'm gonna put my CBD on my desk because I'm gonna smoke that CBD in a minute. I'm gonna chill and smoke. CBD though, y'all. Okay, just about done. Final touches. Okay, what's that? I just seen some money in the window. 15, 16, 17. 17 cents in the window. Praise the Most High. And I literally just manifested about a week and a half ago. And the whole time there was 17 cents in the windowsill. Praise the Most High. That's 7, 8. And 17. Praise the Most High. Tell you, the Creator don't make no mistakes when they move money around your house. Hi, everybody. It's nice to watch other people's process. You know, so you can, no, I don't like that there. Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Okay. Where's the box? Here it goes. Yeah, I'm not playing about this room anymore. I was so annoyed and irritated when I came in here. I was like, oh, if I don't fix this room, I'm probably never going to come in this room again. All right, bye, everybody. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching it. Y'all got to listen to some of my process so I can mark off on my board. Hold on, y'all. So y'all can see here. Can y'all see it? Okay. So I kind of have clean structure, choose a template software, read, edit, write. Okay. I didn't do the read and edit write yet, but I did do the clean. So I'm going to get that off of there. So I have to do the structure with my project. And then I have to get the template open in the software. So I can mark off the clean with the room. Okay. I'm going to do something I enjoy to reward myself. Yes, you can reward yourself for cleaning. If it's an obstacle, if purging is something that's hard for you to do, then you can reward yourself. You know what is an interesting manifestation trick? Putting your car keys in the sunlight. Y'all. Like, I had my car keys in the sunlight a couple of times when I manifested big ticket things. So something about the car energy, I guess it like gets movement with your manifestation. So I put my car keys to sit in the sun next to the 17 cent. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. Okay. Yeah. Cars is motivation. What's that song by Kelly Rowland? You can't stop there. Music still playing in the background. You're almost there. So close from here. Baby, I'm gonna be your motivation. Bye, everybody.